Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Girls Lounge podcast with your hosts, Liz and KT. And Liz is here this week. Yay! And today's episode is going to be Are We Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Part 3. This is one of our favorite episodes to record. And you guys also seem to love this episode. So here we are delivering. And before we get into it, like always, our show is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So make sure whichever platform you're listening on, you are either subscribing or following us. And if you just happen to only be a watcher of the show, don't be scared. Go to Spotify and Apple and follow us on those platforms as well, because the more the merrier. But yeah, and now time to get into our life updates. Mine are very simple, so I will go first. But simply just trying to keep up with life, y'all. A little background. Let's just say last night I was up way too late working on this report I have to do for school, and then I have so much more to complete today. So, we're in the thick of it with the end of the semester projects, but I'm just trying to keep up with it day by day, but we're going to be out of the trenches very soon. So, very happy about that. And I am trying to diversify my podcast listening because I go through them so fast. It's actually so sad. And like literally I get through everything, like all my new shows, new episodes, literally within like a day or two, which is like really bad. So I've been trying to diversify. So give me some good recs. I've been listening to the NPR podcast. Um, so I can like have those. I don't listen to the daily because they be locking up the past episodes. So I'm like, what's the point? But I listen to that, and then I've started listening to this podcast called Scam Fluencers, and I'm listening to the ones about Elizabeth Holmes, those episodes. So like that's like the kind of vibe I want, like historical events, political events, stuff like that is like what I want to help diversify my podcast listening. So give me Rex. You can comment on the YouTube and you can also comment on Spotify.
No, because that is facts on the daily locking up their episodes. I very
Mhm.
much like I've learned the trick. They lock them up after like day 3. So if there's an episode that you see that you're like, oh, like this sounds interesting, make sure you watch it before day 3 because it will be locked up before by day 4, you guys. Like it is crazy. And I love them because they're like, I don't know, I feel like they give you the full gist, the history. But yeah, definitely check out the NPR ones, KT. Those are my favorite ones, specifically the Up First one. That one's just like quick, easy, 15 minutes, nothing too crazy and overwhelming. But unlike Kennedy, you guys, I am in the trenches. I am deep in the trenches. I am in Texas, y'all. Can you tell? Yeah, so I am officially in Texas, and honestly, it has been going by like crazy fast but crazy slow at the same time. Like I swear when we're recording this, it's been a week, but I feel like I've been here like a month. Like every single day feels like a week. It's just so like so busy. Truly, like I'm like in school from like 7 a.m. to like 5 p.m. But honestly, like it's not too bad. Like once I'm like learning more stuff, it's like okay, like this makes sense. Like it's common sense, like safety, like da da. But yeah, so I'm in Texas. I'm actually super lucky because the hotel I'm at is on campus, you guys, and it is nice. The gym, it has reformer Pilates machines. It has vibration plates. It has like hydro massages and like pool hot. It is nice, you guys. Like I feel like I am in a all-inclusive resort. And honestly, the food, I was nervous about the food, you guys. Like I was like, is it gonna be seasoned? Is it gonna be good? Am I gonna get tired of it? Trust you guys, I have been eating so good. They've had like Indian, they've had Middle Eastern, they had ramen yesterday. Like I am eating good. And yeah, so I've just been like in the thick of this training, you guys. So wish me luck, send me all the good vibes, you guys, because it's starting to get like very like real and like more like in the like the nitty gritty of everything. But it's great. We're doing great. I did order my uniform. I spent too much money on that, but also they like sized me for it and everything, and I'm like, so like I can't gain weight because if I do, it's not gonna fit no more. Like it's fit for me right now. So, but yeah, That's like all my thoughts in a gist of just like my mind's all over the place, but we're doing great, you guys. We're thriving. And yeah, send me all the good vibes as I'm here in Texas.
Yeah, I can vouch for Elizabeth's nice hotel. She shows us on Snapchat, and I'm like, yep, they hooked y'all up. And as they should, as they should. But now we're going to get into our faves of the week. So, my favorite of the week is using a body scrub once a week. Now, this is a very new habit of mine. This is something I've been doing for like the past 2 weeks, and I specifically use a Dove body scrub. And I just like was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use this one day. I don't know if this is gross, but the days that I use it, like instead of washing like my body with soap, I use a body scrub. Is that disgusting? I don't know. But like I still use soap for the areas that scrub can't go, but like for my actual like body I use a scrub. And I was like, wait, this is so nice. Like my skin feels almost as if like I shaved it or something. Like it's just like so smooth and exfoliated, so it's like just super soft. And I don't know, it's just like a nice little luxury to add into your week. And like since it is a scrub, it's harsh, I have sensitive skin, I only do it once a week. But I don't know. I'm like, wow, I need to start doing this, like have this more part of my routine. It's really nice. So I recommend doing that.
Normally I feel like people do the scrub after they do their body wash, but you are using a Dove one. So I feel like Dove, like they probably got like a 2-in-1 combo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't be using body scrubs too often. So I can't this is a no judgment free zone for KT here. And then my favorite of the week is a fuzzy blanket, which I actually have it wrapped around myself right now, you guys. But I brought it from home because trust, I made sure that this fit. Like my carry-on, I might have had a sat on it to make it fit, but I was like, I just need a warm fuzzy blanket because at home I always have a warm fuzzy blanket. And I know like hotel beds, they don't be having warm fuzzy blankets. So I brought one and it has made such a difference, and it just feels like a piece of home, and the fuzziness and the softness, like hotels, they should invest in that. That's my little piece, my 2 cents. They should get a warm fuzzy blanket for their guests.
When you start actually working as a flight attendant, everywhere you go, you're gonna have a fuzzy blanket.
Yeah, I'm gonna use all them bags I can, and trust a fuzzy blanket is gonna be packed in there.
Okay, now time for pop culture. We don't have much today. The girls, I mean, we may talk about the Mormon wives. I don't know. They're kind of a mess right now. But my news that I just am so excited. If you're new here, you know how much I love Olivia Rodrigo. Like that is my number one favorite artist. Love her. So we talked about in the last episode that she really said she's coming out with the album. And then we got blessed with the news that she is releasing a single this month called Drop Dead. It's coming out the 17th, which I'm like, that is like the perfect day because that is the day I'm like having one of my like biggest presentations for one of my classes. And I'm like, wow, that's going to be like my treat to listen to. But I'm super excited. I mean, like the song title, I'm like, I'm obsessed. Like, I already love it. But I'm like curious on what the sound's gonna be. I'm like, is it gonna be like a more like poppy or like pop rock song, or is it gonna be more kind of like a melody, slower melody, like a Lana song? Because I know she said Shino was taking inspiration from Lana with this album. So I'm really intrigued to see what this song is going to be about. But yeah, that the whole album, the more I see her talk about it, I'm like, yep, this is gonna eat. Like I saw recently that she was like, kind of the inspiration from this album is like, when you get into a relationship, you think like, oh, like all these problems are gonna go away. Like you think you're gonna be so this and this, but then you're in a relationship and you're like, wait, why am I still sad? Which hence the title of the album. And so I think that's gonna be like a really, really eye-opening, I guess you can say, album. So, I'm just super excited.
I think the album's gonna have like that mix of both worlds of like emo, but then also like you're that girl kind of vibes and like love story kind of vibes. I think because I feel like since the last time she released an album, sis has been through it. She gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of life changes. So I feel like the album's definitely gonna have like all of that in one. So I think it's gonna be a good album. It's gonna have some bops. But like Kennedy said, I was also I was like, should we talk about the Mormon wives? Should we not talk about the Mormon wives? Because you guys, they're usually a mess, like as per usual, but I feel like they're currently more of a mess. If you didn't know, we'll just give you like a quick rundown gist of it. Basically, Jesse, there's like she's posting with Marciano, whatever his name is, And yeah, I'm like, why? Because on Call Her Daddy, she addressed the rumors and she was like, no, like I would never go back to him. But now she's posting TikToks with him and like very like holding hands. He's lifting her TikToks. All I know is what's her name? Oh yeah, Miranda. She ate her up in the TikTok comments. She was like, so from one toxic man to another toxic man. Because yes, Jesse, what are you doing right now?
That part. And I think Jessie may be coming to her senses because I saw she posted another TikTok. She was like, listen, you guys, I've gone through a divorce. I'm not acting how I should be. And then I think she's going to another retreat like Taylor did. So it's just like, sis is going through it. And I don't know what she thought was going to happen going back to Marciano. I'm like, truly don't understand what you guys see in that man. He's quite literally one of the ugliest men I've ever seen in my life. No shade. But it's just like everything you just see, it's just like disgusting. And then I know Chase went on Harry Jowsey's podcast. I'm like, ugh, here goes this clout chaser. And then I saw something else because y'all know how Chase is always commented on the Miranda stuff. And I saw a comment eating him up how it's like, Chase, like this whole act of like you acting like you still want Miranda is kind of getting old. I was like, period, clock it. Cause he's just here for attention and it's so annoying. And then I saw like Michaela post something about the Jesse and Marciano situation, kind of. I think her and Macy might have gone undercover or something again and done some investigation. And I'm just wondering if the cameras are rolling. I don't know. There's very mixed reports about that. Some sources are saying that like they're doing all this to get their cameras rolling, but then other people are like, no, like they don't really want the cameras rolling right now. So I don't know. It's all a mess online. So let's just hope they all get it together.
Also, I totally meant Michaela about the TikTok comment that I said, not Miranda, you guys. The M names, they're really getting to me right now. But I think that's like all of the Mormon wives drama. If there's more, you guys, we're not informed of it yet because, one day it's one thing, another day it's another thing with these Mormon wives. They need to get it together.
Yeah, I know Taylor and Dakota recently they've been to court over the allegations and stuff. And Taylor, she's been posting some things and it seems like sis is going through it, which understandably so. I mean, she had custody takeaway and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a lot going on in their lives. She's said that she's not Mormon anymore, which I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like lots of people are like, I'm not Mormon anymore. I mean, she still believes in like Jesus and all that stuff, but she's separating herself from that religion. So again, there's been a lot going on in the Mom Talk universe.
And with that, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into our song of the week. So I'll go first, you guys. And my in the Texas spirit, you guys, my song of the week is a country bumpkin song. It's "Choosing Texas" by Ella Langley, and this has been like in my head. Even like before I left, it was like playing a lot and stuff, but like now it's like constantly in my head. I don't know. I guess it's that Texas spirit. But here's my favorite part for you guys. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way he's two-stepping round the room. Yeah, that's my song of the week, you guys.
And my song of the week is Fire in My Heart by Escape from New York. It is an older song, but I love it. I'll play a little bit of it for you guys. As you can see, it gives me kind of like disco-y vibes. Shout out Harry Styles. I don't know where that shout out was really for, but I don't know, I just really like it. It just makes you want to dance.
And without further ado, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode, which is "Are We Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" part. I don't know what part we're on, you guys. We've done this episode many of the times, but we're switching it up this time, and we're going to just do, normally, if you guys are new here, we do different topics or like subjects, I guess, and then we each do questions for that. But for this episode, we're just gonna go at it random. We have our list, which shout out for both of us, ChatGPT, chat pulled through for us, you guys, on these questions. So we don't have like a specific link for you guys, but yeah, we're just gonna go random order, random subjects, see where this takes us. And as always, you guys, please don't come for us too harsh because we're only girls.
That part. And I feel like if we do it random order, it's kind of like our brain has to switch gears quickly, so it might be a little harder. But my first question for Liz, we're going to kind of start off kind of easy. I'm going to ask you a science question. How many legs does a spider have?
When you said science question, I was like, oh, here we go, you guys. But I know this one: 8 legs, 4 and 4.
Yay, that is correct.
Yeah, look at me, you guys. So my first one, I'm just gonna scroll and pick a random one for Kennedy. Okay, so it looks like we're going into a history question. In history, what were the causes and consequences of the fall of the Roman Empire?
That is a great question. I thought we would start out easy. I'm just playing. Listen, I should know this because I have studied this extensively in school. So the fall. So did someone get murdered?
Not necessarily. There might have been, yeah, not really, not necessarily, I would say. This is when Kenny needs to phone one of those like guys who their Roman Empire is like the Roman Empire.
Yes, I was just thinking like, where's a man when we need one? My dad's asleep right now, so I can't ask him. Roman, I mean, probably because people was scamming. Um, no, you guys, I truly do not know. The Roman Empire, that's never been a subject of history that I have really committed to my memory. Maybe that's could be something I study in my history podcast, and I could come at you guys next week with a better explanation. But my final answer, I'm gonna say the fall of the Roman Empire was because, I mean, the royals couldn't do what they needed to do, and then it fell, um and then the volcano erupted and they all died.
The Pompeii one, is that the volcano you're talking about? Okay. So I feel like your first part of your answer could fall into this category, whatever, but it says the answer was causes included economic troubles, military overreach, and barbarian invasions. So I guess like what you said about the royals, and maybe that could fall under that. I'll give you a point, half a point for that one. And then the consequences included the fragmentation of Europe and the rise of the feudal system.
Okay. I was like, in my mind, I feel like there was fighting involved, but like, girl, y'all was never getting the answer out of me. I was never going there. Okay. My next question for you, Liz, let's see. Okay. We have a history question for you. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
I feel like Kennedy has asked me this question before. I'm not gonna lie, because I always get the Kite Man confused with like, is it the same person? I never know. Okay, I'm gonna go with Benjamin Franklin.
Unfortunately, it is not Benjamin Franklin.
Wait, I think I have. Okay, it's Thomas Jefferson then.
Yay! That is correct.
You guys, I always get them too confused. Like in my mind, they're one and the same. I don't know which one was the kite. I'm assuming it was my first one. I don't know, you guys. Okay. Anyways, my next question for Kennedy, I'll go easy for you, Kennedy, for this one. I'll let you redeem yourself here. But it is a like English grammar question is the subject. So it is, what is the difference between a dependent clause and an independent clause?
So, not sure what a clause is. Are we talking about like sentence structure?
Yeah, sentence structure.
Okay. So independent is like it stands on its own, and then dependent it depends on what the impendent clause is.
Independent is a crazy word, but you're correct. Ding, ding, ding. It is an independent clause can stand alone as a sentence, while a dependent clause cannot.
Hey, and that's on using context clues, you guys. Wow, I did not think I was gonna get that right. I'm so weak. Okay. Can you guys tell that we're recording this earlier than we usually would? Okay. My next question for you, Liz, is wow, some of these are like too easy. I'm like, challenge Elizabeth, please. Okay. We're gonna go back to another science question. So, what is the boiling point of water in degrees Fahrenheit?
You see, I can tell you when it freezes 32 degrees. When it boils, I'm gonna say a good 100 and something. Let's go with in the 130s is gonna be my final answer. Yeah, I honestly I have no clue. Like when recipes say wait for the water to boil, I don't be measuring it. I just wait for it obviously to fizzle and boil.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Yes,
Is it higher or lower?
a lot higher.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go. Oh, is it like in the 300s? No, I'm gonna go with 200. I'm gonna go with 220.
Very, very, very close.
A 222,
Lower,
221,
lower,
219,
lower,
218.
lower.
Okay, we're going with 215, you guys. That's my final answer.
Okay. You are so very, very close. It is 212.
Oh, yeah. It was gonna take me a minute to get you there, you guys, because I was gonna
Yeah.
go one by one. Yeah, wow. I didn't realize like that's how hot it was. Because in my mind, like 100 and or whatever I said before, like that's hot.
Yeah.
So wow, mine shook right now. Okay, my next question for Kennedy, it is a science question too. It is what is the difference between a genotype and a phenotype in genetics? I was gonna say in physics. No, in genetics.
I definitely knew this at one point because I ate up learning about genes in science. Genotype, that's like about your genes, what type of genes you have. And phenotype are your characteristics or your physical characteristics, maybe.
You know, I'll give it to you. I feel like you got it. Yeah. Basically, it says a genotype is the actual genetic makeup, the genes, while the phenotype is the observable traits like eye color or height. So basically, yeah. Okay, Kennedy, sciences.
Hey, see, I told y'all I should have been a genealogist. Went to school to study that. Make me some money, for real. Cause you know how people be paying for like their kids to have certain genes or whatever. Yep, that could have been me.
No, because I ate up those little charts. I forgot what they're called, but the little like tic tac, not, yeah, it was like tic tac toe basically. Those little
Punnett
charts.
squares.
Yeah, the Punnett squares, those were so fun. Just like, yeah.
Yep, those were my favorite. That was my favorite like subject when we learned those. And I believe in Punnett squares, unlike some people. Okay, so I am not throwing shade to Elizabeth. You guys just won't get the shade. So I'm gonna ask Elizabeth a math question, okay? This is supposed to be extra difficult, so get ready. What is 3/5 plus 7/10?
Oh gosh, you guys. I think this is when I need a paper because I can't. Okay, let me use my phone. We're gonna go on Snapchat and draw around. Okay, what is it again? Please repeat.
3/5 plus 7/10.
Okay. 1 second, you guys. Insert I
Elevator
don't know.
music. Do-do-do,
Yeah.
do-do-do, do-do-do. And chat gave me two different answers, so hopefully that gives us some
I'm supposed to be
order.
adding it, right?
C.
Okay. Me using my fingers.
Y'all, we've all been there. I'm still there. I'm
10.
still at the restroom.
Okay, I got it, you guys. 1 3/10.
Yes, that is correct.
You guys, if you're on YouTube, look at my little math going on. Yeah, one thing about me, I ate up fractions converting them when it was like easy stuff like this. Once we got into those crazy complicated numbers, I was out. I loved, oh, I don't know if you guys remember in elementary school, the little like pie, and it was like a, well, not pie, it was a circle, and it was like the fractions, and you could like visually see it. That was my favorite thing when they pulled that out.
Yeah, for me, unfortunately, I do not like fractions. I do not like math, unless we're doing some simple adding, subtracting, multiplying, division. Unfortunately,
So, in honor of Kennedy giving me a math question, we're gonna give her a math question. And you guys, I apologize, Kennedy, because this one is extra challenging. I feel like chat is underestimating fifth grade level for this, so I'm not gonna lie. But if you had a three-dimensional shape with all faces as triangles, what is it called?
so we're talking about a 3D triangle.
Yeah, a 3D triangle with all faces as triangles. What is it called? So like all the sides of it are an individual triangle. There's a word for this 3D. Mm-hmm.
Isosceles?
Um, that is incorrect. Do you want to try again?
Yes, let me think. So, like, is it the same vibe as like sphere, cube?
Yeah, it's basically like a sphere and a cube, but like the triangle version of it.
Ooh,
Do you need a visual of it? I can like show you it without showing you the word.
a pyramid?
No, but it looks like a pyramid. I'm not gonna lie to you.
um, I definitely have seen it before, but I like don't know the name. The two I just mentioned is all I got. Cube, sphere, rectangular, prism. Oh wait, is it prism?
No, that is unfortunately incorrect. Do you give
uh,
up or are you gonna try again?
I'm gonna do one more.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that because my mind real empty, but I'm gonna try. So there, we got spheres. It's not prism. It's not a pyramid. Does it start with a P?
It starts with a T and it
T
ends with an N.
T N. Okay. Titan.
That is incorrect again.
Okay. Triton.
I think that's what like Ariel's dad has.
Oh, yeah. I give up.
So the correct answer is a tetrahedron, and it basically does look like a pyramid. So I don't know why they don't just call it a pyramid. They just be an extra.
Girl, I would have never gotten that because I've never heard that in my life.
That's what I'm saying. I do not remember learning that in fifth grade.
Yeah, I think we just stopped at a sphere and a cube.
That
Um,
part.
right. My next question for Elizabeth is going to be a geography question. And this one, I don't know how much you know about geography when it comes to our upstairs neighbors, Canada, but what is the capital of Canada?
Oh Lord, you guys, watch it be like one of those like cities that like isn't the known ones. Okay, so I don't think it's Quebec because that's the French one. Um, is it a popular city? Like, had you heard of it before?
Yes, but I don't know if I would think of like if I didn't know the answer, I wouldn't even think of this one as a capital to be honest.
Okay,
It's
so it's
it's
not.
a it's one it's a well known one, but I feel like it's not mentioned a lot in conversations when you think of Canada.
Well, there goes my answer, you guys. So it's not Toronto, it's not Quebec. And then not gonna lie, you guys. I don't know what else there is in Canada. I'm gonna go with mm, mine real empty. What letter does it start with?
Oh,
Oh, oh, you guys. Oh, indeed.
starts with the O, ends with the A.
That is, okay, let's think. Lock in, Elizabeth. Oh, Ottawa.
Yes.
I was like, it's not oh wah oh, and then it came to me, you guys. Yeah,
You're
not
like
gonna lie,
Oahu?
literally, not gonna lie, you guys. Completely forgot that was even a city up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like when people think Canada, they think Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto, blah blah blah. Not Ottawa. That is one that does not come up a lot.
Now, how did I forget about Montreal, you guys? Me over here thinking of heated rivalry. Um, how did I possibly forget about Shane? Okay, anyways, my next question for Kennedy is it is another like English grammar one. It is what is the Oxford comma and why is it sometimes debated? The Oxford comma, Kennedy, is like little hint if you need it. It's like the one that people say that like if you use it in your stuff, professors automatically think that you're using like chat or like AI.
Okay, that's what I thought. The M dash. This thing? Right?
Wait, say that again?
I don't know. The M dash. That's like this.
Oh, like just like the dash in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Wait, what was the question again?
It is what is the Oxford comma and why is it sometimes debated?
Okay, yes, the Oxford comma. My answer is it's the little dash, the little mini dash. And why it's debated is because I don't really know. People, I mean, one, what Elizabeth said, because people think you're using chat, and I feel like it makes things look clunky, maybe. And maybe that you could rather use like a semicolon or something instead, or like a regular colon or like a period. I don't know. I don't really know why it's debated, but I think it's the M dash.
Okay, hold on. Because not gonna lie, y'all, chat, I just need to double check that it's the one that I think. One pause.
That's
Oh,
my sound effects.
not that elevator music.
The elevator is going up very slowly. It needs some oil. That's why it's squeaking.
Unfortunately, you guys, Kennedy is incorrect. And not gonna lie, I was also stumped. I thought it was the semicolon, but no. Okay, so here's chat's answer, and then I'll like give you guys an example of it being used. But it says the Oxford comma is the comma before the conjunction in a list. It's debated because some style guides say it's optional while others insist on it for clarity. So like two examples could be like if you're listing like three things, so you say like apples, comma, bananas, comma, oranges. Wait, no, sorry. If you say apples, comma, bananas, comma, and oranges, if you use like the comma before the and, that is the Oxford comma. And then people say if it's like you could do that, or you could just do like apples, comma, bananas, and you don't use like the comma between the conjunction, if that makes sense. I had no clue that's what people were talking about, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the Oxford comma.
So unfortunately, I be abusing the heck out of the Oxford comma. That's how I always do my list. I did not know that was controversial.
No, me too. I thought that like when I learned it in like literally high school, elementary school, like whatever, it was always comma then the like and but so or whatever it is. And then I always thought now, oh, wow, you guys, everything's like clicking in my mind now. But like whenever I be reading stuff, sometimes they don't use it, and I'm like, that's wrong. Not they don't know how to use the comma, and I'm like, wow. So I didn't realize it was so controversial.
That's crazy. We learn something new every day. My next question for Elizabeth is going to be another geography question. Which U.S. state is the Grand Canyon located in?
Okay, so it's over in the hot and the dry. I'm gonna go with it's Arizona.
Yes, that is right. I thought you was going to struggle on that one for real.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was like I don't know why I thought the Grand Canyon like was like extended, like it was like Arizona, Nevada, kind of like the Appalachian Mountains. But the more you know, you guys. Let me see if I have like a geography one.
The sky will be shooting stars just passing by. That's the elevator music
Okay,
for today.
let's see if we get copyrighted on that, you guys. Honestly, that song slept on. Okay, here is my next one for you. What is the longest river in the world? Loki, I feel like I might have asked you this before, but we'll see if you remembered.
The Nile?
Ding ding ding! The Nile is the largest river in the world. Though some scientists argue that it's the Amazon, but traditionally it's the Nile.
T. Well, let me be a scientist so I can I'll explore both of them and I'll get back to you guys. You heard it here first. Now my next question is going to be a language arts question for Elizabeth. Okay. So, what is a compound sentence?
Y'all, I know this one. My English teacher in middle school, he was kind of rough, but I learned stuff. Okay. A compound sentence is when it's like two depend well, I don't it's joined by a conjunction, like conjunct comma but comma. So, I think two independent two independent clauses joined by a conjunction. That's my final answer.
Ding, ding, ding. I think that's basically right because it says a sentence made of two complete thoughts, which I would say two independent clauses are independent or are two complete thoughts, joined by a conjunction. Y'all remember conjunction function? What's your function? Something like that. Yep. Which also, I have a question about your middle school English, not English, language arts class or whatever. Did y'all watch The Outsiders?
Girl, yes, we did. Trust, we read that book and we like would watch the movie as we were reading and everything. And yeah, Pony Boy, Soda Pop, Yeah, you guys, that's who we should have talked about in our whatever episode we were like talking about. Like, I don't even know, but yeah. Oh, movies, our movie episode. I don't know how that one didn't get brought up because that one is such a good movie and a book.
Yep, the movie, some of them visuals, I think like you guys know how everyone talks about sexual awakenings. I think that was a lot of girls' sexual awakenings in middle school. Like Pony Boy popped up on the screen. I was like, that is what I want.
Yeah, something about that little like greasy look. They just know how to work it. Okay, Kennedy, this one is a science question for you. It is in physics. What is the law of conservation of energy?
The law of conservation of energy. Um, if you if you use energy, you need to conserve it. JK. Okay, my real answer is going to be, I think, if something's in motion, it stays in motion. I know that's not right, but that's all I have for you guys today.
So, unfortunately, you are incorrect. It says the law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Whatever that means.
Bruh. See, I know that information, but I did not realize that was like the title of that information, because that's why people believe in spirits, because human energy cannot be created or wait, no, human energy cannot be destroyed. It's like when you die, it's like, where does your energy go? That's why we have spirits.
Wow, you guys, my mind right now shook. I had not made that connection ever before. Wow. That's definitely that's something.
I just sent Elizabeth into existential dread on the podcast. Like, she's like, wait a minute.
No, because you guys, now that's not what I'm thinking about.
Now let's go into even more energy talk. I have a science question. What type of energy is stored in food?
Oh gosh, you guys, I didn't even know food had energy. I didn't even realize that there was different types like that. Okay. Oh wait, isn't it like mechanicals and energy and stuff, or like organic chemistry.
That is unfortunately not right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Just give me the answer, you guys. Yeah.
I'm weak. It is chemical energy. Which I'm like, why we got chemical energy in our food? Things a chemical.
Now I'm in another like thought process. Like, what does that mean? And then my last question for Kennedy, I'm gonna switch it up, you guys, because I'm over the science. The science in my mind right now, I can't compute science at any time of the day, especially this early. Okay, my last question for Kennedy is, what is a gerund, Gerund, and how is it different from a participle? Participle? Yeah.
Next question.
You got nothing?
I quite literally have never heard those words in my life. Say that again.
Okay, what is a gerund and how is it different from a participle?
Yeah. Beats me. I don't know. I've never heard of those words in my life. Confirmed. Clarified.
So the correct answer is a gerund is a verb form ending in ing. So like running, walking, writing, talking, and then a participle also ends in ing, but it acts as an adjective. I don't have an example of that one.
Shining.
Maybe? I don't know, you guys. Yeah, okay. So yeah, are we smarter than a fifth grader? I don't know, y'all. The chat version, I think the answer is no. But let us know if you're a fifth grader who learned this stuff, because again, we are a prime example of the Kentucky education system at its finest here.
And I was gonna say, as a former fifth grader, these were definitely some harder questions. Yeah, we might have taken some steps back since the last one. And Peepaw, we didn't really ask much math questions. We know our target audience.
Yeah, y'all. Next episode, we're not gonna have any science questions either. Forget the STEM. We don't really need it. No, not really. But should we like next time have like an actual fifth grader and question them, you guys? Because maybe it would like we would redeem ourselves by not looking so dumb. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We are back into regular question mark where some a regular episode for you guys. We don't know. But yeah, make sure you guys are following us on all of our socials as always. They're linked down below. Check us out on other platforms. We're on podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. So check us out, subscribe, comment, and comment down below if you listened all the way through.
You should comment. This is the best podcast ever.
Exclamation mark. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.